Dr. Leit is a prominent figure of psychology, education, and entrepreneurship, and a founder of Shine. Well, welcome, Dr. Leit. We're so lucky to have you here. It's fascinating to read about all your accolades. And we have a psychologist, education, entrepreneur. You're dedicated to your research, to relationships, to love, a commander in the Israeli army. I can't wait to dive into that. That says a lot about you. And importantly, you're a celebrated author with many award-winning books. And most recently was just on TED Talks, which is a huge accomplishment. So congratulations.
Thank you.
Welcome to the show.
Thank you for having me.
Oh,
I'm
we're
waiting
so
to be in your show for a long
excited.
time.
For
I
you
want
to
to
be
have what
here.
you have.
I think that whenever someone hears like Doctor of Love, anything that has that word love, sex is, oh my God, everybody tune in.
Yeah, we want more. We want more of what you're having.
Because we were born, when a baby is born, the one thing that every baby wants is what?
Love.
Love.
Yep.
To be seen, to be held.
Mhm.
I am here. I'm important. And that's why babies cry, actually, because they want to be held. The first need is love me. And this
that's so
need
sweet.
is growing and growing to our adulthood, right? And that's why we have a partner.
And it
to find love.
transfers. It transfers to the spouse.
Absolutely. To the partner, to the spouse. Yeah.
So tell us how you got into this realm. Like, how did you become a doctor of love? How does one become that?
Great question. I was born to. No, actually, I was born to. I always tell my story, and it's in my book, Unaddicted to You. That's how it started. I'm the first to 6 siblings.
Wow.
And my parents were madly.
They must have really loved each other.
They are crazy, by all means, crazy at each other, to the point that they were really chasing each other's love. Unfortunately, my dad didn't find love only in our household. And my mom, I think until today, she's in love with him. And she really wanted him to love her. That was the chase of love. I was born to a house of chasing love. What is love? What does it mean to have one woman? And my mom is gorgeous. I mean, she was like this stunning woman and high chicks. And still, there was the love outside. So I very early learned that love can be something that is about beauty or money, or you have to do something to earn love, right? And that's how I saw the world.
So it's not unconditional.
Exactly. So this is the difference between transactional relationship and reciprocal relationship. And the world, unfortunately, many people think that love is transactional, right? I'll be pretty, you'll be rich, I'll be rich, you'll give me, you'll give me kids, right? And I'll be your friend. It's so many like contracts. When the real contract is simply what? See me. When you see me, that's the real contract. That's why people, when you look at each other's eyes, this is their essence of love.
When you say see me, does that mean I see you with all your flaws, with all of your beauty, with all of your talents? What does that mean to you?
It's I don't see your flaws.
Okay.
It's
Or I see your flaws, but I love you in spite of them.
exactly. And I accept you. So what is really love? It's I accept you. It's not that I'm having fun when someone is in the flaws and they're doing something that I don't like, but I accept you for who you are. And I can accept you without changing you. Because when
That's
somebody,
hard.
that's
But
really
That's
hard,
hard.
especially for people who are, career women or successful people. Like, I need to change the other person so I can be suited.
Well, they say that like most of the time you're going to therapy, you're going because you're trying to change other people. You're not really there to work on yourself. And I'm guilty of that, where I'll go and it's my husband this, my husband this, my husband needs to do this, and it's like the self-work needs to come, you know, from me. And I realize that if I do my own work, I tend to work better with him, and we have a better relationship from that.
What I do see with the two of you is you're in such acceptance of who he is. Like you really are. I give you a lot of credit. She is a patient woman. She's an
His
accepting
family
woman.
tells me I'm a saint.
You are a saint. Yeah. I have
My
a lot of-
husband's a character.
Uh-huh.
He's a big personality, and Yeah, he's a lot. We could do a whole session
We should
on
do a
him.
whole
Yeah. Oh my
session
gosh. I
on
would
him,
love to
Do
watch
with
something
it.
him,
else.
or about him.
About him?
About him.
Yes.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah. So it does take and describe. I mean, we will do a session about him, but how do you feel in the relationship when you're in a place of acceptance instead of resentment?
Well, I've been with my husband for years.
Mm-hmm.
Years. I mean, 25. I've even stopped counting. And I met him very young in high school, like a young ninth grade. So
Ninth grade.
I've been through so many phases of our relationship, meaning our communication used to be that of high school students, adolescent. And we had to really learn that later in life, we had to communicate as adults. And look, our love language has changed. Our sex has changed. We've been through so many different phases. I used to, having sex and fucking in the backseat of the car was fun, but now, like, we're not doing that. So we've had to learn over time to really accept each other and grow with one another. And so when Jen says I'm accepting of Devin, I do. And not that he has so many flaws, because trust me, he's a wonderful man. You would love him. But he's a lot, he's a lot. And his love language is a lot. And I think it's probably easier to accept me. Like, it's easier for him to be in this relationship than for me to be in this relationship.
Yeah. So I'm hearing that he's the loudest in this relationship. He takes space more in the relationship. Yeah.
Yes.
Mhm.
Yeah. And it takes, two, so sometimes, relationship is not a fixed relationship. Sometimes people think, oh, it's fixed. I want 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, and that's gonna be it. But relationship, as you know, it's mutable, right? It's like a wave. It comes and it goes. The passion comes and goes, and we have to contribute. But many people, like you said, they choose not to be in the acceptance, but in the resentment.
Mm-hmm.
When they're upset, resentment is, drinking
Poison.
the poison,
Yeah.
hoping somebody else will die, right?
Mm-hmm.
And then they come to me and they're like, you have to talk to her. You have to talk to him, right? I have people calling me on the phone like, okay, can we come? Like, what is the reason? Because he needs to change.
Yeah.
And I call it the monkey talk. So the monkey talk goes like that. He, or, she.
I mean,
she,
isn't
she.
that so
That's
true,
funny.
though?
It's the monkey talk.
We're always trying to change people and not as much looking within.
Within. And it goes also with our kids, if only, if then. But it's the need to soothe ourselves. It's the illusion that if our surrounding will be suited to our needs, then we are going to be calm. So the inner work, we hear a lot self-love, inner work. The inner work is really about what is it that bothers me, which is always within, that I learned to survive this world, right? And we can go through that thing. But it's really about what am I choosing, acceptance or resentment?
When you choose a partner, I feel like I've seen, even with me, certain consistencies in my life, right? Something that I was familiar with as a child that now I've chosen a partner. So I'm still dealing with the same trauma or frustration or standstill. That's hard. How do you break that cycle?
Yeah, and you hear it many times when people say, why am I choosing the same man, or why the same woman is coming to my life? And by the way, when I say men and women, I talk also about same marriage relationship,
Right, same-sex marriage.
and what I like to call it is the male energy and the feminine energy. And we decide some. Actually, men and women, he holds the feminine energy, she holds the masculine energy. But I don't think it's with us three ladies, right?
No,
right,
we're
right.
perfect.
We are the feminine energy right here. But I just want to make sure that our listeners hear that, so we are not only talking about feminine energy in a
woman.
woman
Yeah.
body. So the way that people will attract the other person, this is it. Your partner is the best person for you to work on exactly what you need to work on. They're just a reflection. That's it. They're the reflection of exactly what you need to work.
That's terrifying.
It's terrifying, exactly.
Wow.
Because that's why you choose your partner.
Mhm. Or that's why you leave your partner.
That's why you
Leave your partner.
exactly because exactly when you leave your partner out of resentment, you will never really work on it. When you leave your partner as of, this is not going to work for me anymore.
Right.
It did, because that's how I learn how to survive in this world, but it's not going to work anymore. I can tell you that I grew up, oldest of six, seeing this chase of love. So I needed to really fix someone. I needed to worry about someone to the point that I literally forgot who I am. That's all the story in Unaddicted to You. I didn't know what I love, what I don't love. I stopped dancing. I love dancing. I love music. I love going wild sometimes. That's part of me. And I think that that's part of like being in a partnership. And I forgot that. And when I realized that I that's not for me anymore, I just left. And that took a lot of, sorrow and pain because I broke my family,
Mm-hmm.
and that's was the biggest thing. And then guess what? I kept attracting the same men. Same men. Like, but I got divorced. And then I started to do deep down, deep work. And that's what I'm doing now to answer your first question. So, wow. And I attracted the best love of my life. I mean, unbelievable relationship that, the stories
Oh,
in
that's
Cinderella that they
amazing.
promised us,
Yeah.
that this is
Yes.
it.
Yeah. Fairy tale.
Yeah,
I,
because
f-
I
I
was
feel like a
ready.
lot of times I hear that
Yeah.
in like a second marriage,
Mm.
like for your,
Mm-hmm.
to your point, you ended up leaving something that wasn't feeling right. It was a reflection that you didn't like. You compromised so much of who you were. And a lot of my friends, Jen is in a second marriage and
How long?
18 years.
Okay.
but obviously there's ups and downs, but it's such, I mean, no disrespect, I didn't know her first husband. I still don't know her first husband, but her second marriage is so much more, like, from what I know about it, so much more beautiful and rewarding and gratifying, and they really complement each other, so well. And I see that so much in a second marriage.
What happens when you get married the first time is a lot of times maybe we know ourselves that this isn't the right choice. Maybe we do,
Mm-hmm.
and we just do it anyway. Another thing is luck, right? You don't know if this person is going to be capable of growing complementary to you. So you could have a relationship where your ex-husband is the same person today that he was 25 years
Hmm.
ago because he does not want to look inward. He does not want to grow. And I don't say get divorced. I'm not into divorce. I'm not into breaking up a family because, as you know, it's devastating. But if you've
Devastating for the
tried
kids.
everything, if you realize that this is not a partner for me, this like my soul is dying here, then you owe it to yourself and your family to,
Hmm.
if you didn't have a healthy marriage, have a healthy divorce and move on, not to find another man, but to find yourself.
Absolutely. And you said golden. When you find yourself, which means go through the pain, willing to look at the mirror. And I brought these two things because that's my mantra in my, oopsie, that's my mantra in my uh, sessions, okay? Because people come to me with magnifying glass. Remember? He.
Hmm.
They look at the other person, what he did to me, etc. They go in the store. Put down the magnifying glass and pick up the mirror. And for me, the mirror is always the love mirror, right?
Mm-hmm.
Pick up the mirror so you can look within. And sometimes it's not fun. It's not fun to look within because, oh my God, I'm really like my personality is this and this, or I'm working with people who are loud voice or trying to fix someone, or all these things that are actually, again, we learn to do as children to protect ourselves from being hurt by our caregivers. Because, by the way, the caregivers also teach you. Your kids chose you to be their parent. So you can teach them things about life. And it's not fun always,
Yeah.
right? I mean, I love my parents. I have great relationship with both of them separately, of course,
Hmm.
but I love them. Each one of them teaches me something else. And when I let go of trying to change my mom or my dad, which was my journey as well,
Hmm.
wow, beautiful relationship. And guess what? Then the man that I adore came to my life. So it's a process. It's really a process. It's not about going to social media, doing that, reading a few quotes and like, I'm healed, let's find the man. Oh,
Mm-hmm.
that's not going to happen.
So what does that look like when you're doing a deep dive, right?
Mm-hmm.
You leave a traumatic relationship or an
Mm-hmm.
unhealthy relationship, or you realize that your family has brought in a lot of trauma So it doesn't have to be about a man. It could be about the way you're raised. How do you start the process of doing this deep dive in healing?
Yeah, great question. I thought we were going to laugh here, but let's do that too. Okay.
We'll
so,
get there. We'll
Yeah,
get
we'll get to
there.
the sex
no,
part.
this is really, really important, right? So I call it, going on the train. We all have this train that we catch when our feelings are intense, right? So think about it. Feeling intense, what do we do, right? So people, what do you give me things that people do when feelings are really, really intense? And you can think about a kid that his mom is really upset with him, or his dad, or
Either you
about us.
hide or you act out.
Act out.
Mm-hmm.
Anger.
Yeah, so it's fight, flight, freeze,
Cry.
or fawn, right? It's fight, you start, flight, you run to your room, freeze. Some kids or some adults just freeze. I used to freeze, with my relationship, I was just become nothing, right? Or fawn, which is people pleasing. Okay, that's something also that I used to do. And many type A personalities would do that. They will start organizing the house, bringing gifts, being sweet, having sex with the partner to please them. Okay, so that's your train. You feel high intense feelings, and you go to this train, right? And you do it all the time. But that's not something that you can really deal with really with the relationship if you're doing it, because the other partner doesn't like when you hide, freeze, fawn. Nobody likes when someone else people please them. No one. Okay, or yell at them, or freeze, or hide, or flee. I have a couple. Every time there is something going on, he just leaves.
Yeah,
Right?
you hear that
For
a
like a
lot.
long time or just for like an hour or two?
He just leaves, and there is a big fight, and
Oh.
it's not like, okay, I need my time right now. It's a fight, leave.
Oh, I see.
Okay. There are so many
Because
ways.
it's important when you fight, it's okay to take a time out
Beautiful.
and say, I'm leaving this situation. I'm not leaving the relationship. I need time, and we're gonna come back and talk about it when we're both calm.
I love it. Did you see how beautifully you said that?
Thank you.
That means you're not running in the train.
Right.
Because, those trains in Japan, which are really, really
Yeah.
fast,
The bullet.
that's what we do. And you can recognize it on everyone. Maturity is learning that I'm about to do it because I need that. It's my safe zone, but I'm going to say, hey, I need my time. Okay. I call it, what is that?
A time out.
Time out.
I call it time and tone. Okay. So
Wait, what is it?
Time and tone?
Time and tone.
Okay.
Right? Time and tone. In every relationship, it's like, okay, what is my time and tone? Timing, I need my time, or I'm going to talk about it, or is it a good time to talk about it? Right? And tone is you said it so nicely.
Thank you.
But what happened when the feelings are gushing?
Yeah.
How then we.
I learned, because now I'm in a second marriage, right? I definitely learned, because I'm a fighter. Like I don't get mad about anything.
Spicy.
But if you push me, I will rip off your head.
Mm-hmm.
And so I learned that I put a lot of fuel into the fire. So it took me time to be able to walk away and then just come back calmly. And that really changed the dynamic of the relationship.
Absolutely. Because you need this time by yourself. I mean, I'm not going to do a therapy session, but something in your childhood was like, okay, I'm in danger, right? And I always give the resemble of, we're all hunters, right? The men are hunters. When they go to hunting and they see a big, huge, animal that we don't even know, because it was 4,000 years ago. It's bigger than a bear. It's like, rhinoceros. So some people run. Some people try to kill the animal.
And some freeze.
Some people pretend they're a tree.
Right.
Right. And some people bring a little sheep, to the thing, like, that's a fawning. Okay. Don't eat me, eat the sheep. Right. That's what we do as humans in
That's
this
interesting.
life. That's the fight, flight, freeze, or fawn. That's the way it is. And it's very hard to change it. So that's a neuropath in our brain. Okay. Now we're going deeper. So as you said, to go inside and work on myself, what are my neuropath in my brain? What do I do? Boom. That's when I'm going to change. Just to be aware, because it's hard. Awareness is a medicine of change. When I'm aware of it, then I can change it. Then I can come to my relationship and not yell at the person when I feel.
Show up differently.
What's like a safe amount of time? What we're talking about, like that healing process, right? That you got to not get on that train. So you're working with a patient or a person, and they're trying to heal lifelong traumas of whether it's daddy issues, mommy issues, parent issues, whatever it might be. So are we looking at 6 months, a year? I mean, obviously everyone's different, but let's say I have a girlfriend, she's 50 years old. She's, you know, just now saying she wants to find herself.
Mm-hmm.
She's like freezing the dating game.
Yeah.
So, what is that let's find yourself path? Like,
Yeah.
how long is that?
I love this question. I love it. So I have one answer. God is not wearing a watch, right? We really don't know. It's like asking any question about development or awareness. It's really depends on how much is the person really willing to look within, right? Because I said it's like the time of blaming, shaming other people, how much you're really looking courageously to look in and with the right therapist, coach, or someone. Because fortunately, I mean,
I mean,
I'm
this could
coming
be
from this world.
years.
It could be years. You can go to someone and he will hear your stories again and again and again. Not in my world. As you said, I was a commander in the Israeli intelligence. I'm very sweet. I have a dimple, but I'm a toughie. So I will put you in your chair when you need to hear something. And I'll ask for your permission. And I say, is that okay for me to actually say what I need to say right now? And you go from my office with some assignments. It's not just coming and warming the chair or warming the sofa. I'm not playing this game. It's really about getting you out of here so you can get
Yeah.
out of the world and own yourself and feel yourself.
I don't think a lot of people, well, I'm not going to speak for like everyone, but many people don't really want to do the work. They have these lessons that come to them over and over again in life, and they're like, why does this keep on happening to me? But those are like a God shot. Those are a lesson for you to say, this is my opportunity to grow. I'm not going to get past this point until I deal with it, and then I can move forward and be clear of it for the rest of my life.
Of course. No one will change because it's comfortable.
It's funny. I have friends of mine that ask me the same thing over and over, these single friends. And I saw a meme the other day that said they're called ask holes.
Oh, they're an
Because
asshole.
they keep asking me for my advice, which, I mean, look, I'm not.
That's
I
exhausting,
think
though.
it's great advice, but they just keep asking the same thing. And I'm like, you're such an asshole.
Yeah.
Like,
I
it was the
love it.
greatest meme.
I do love that.
I'm taking it because I've been asked about relationship, love, and sex
Yeah.
all the time.
Tell
And
them,
anyone,
you're an asshole.
You're an asshole. Yeah, it's true because let's imagine the person who is eating a lot. I'm just giving any addiction because I also teach addiction. My PhD students, any addiction. No one will say, okay, this addiction is not good for me.
Right.
Right?
They'll protect it. They're going to protect that addiction.
Absolutely, and deny it, and it's good for me, even though that they are paying with 5 aspects of their life: socially, financially, emotionally, physically. But what will make someone with addiction wake up and say no more?
What?
A rock bottom, uncomfortable, something that's it. And sometimes this rock bottom even not, and they're going to go lower and lower and lower. I can tell you, I didn't leave this marriage until I had a literally near-death experience. I saw the white light. I was in a hospital connected to any machines for 3 weeks, trying to get my heart over 35. On the outside, it was a bacteria that took all over my body and my immune system. But from the outside, literally, I wanted to die. I can't live in this lie anymore. I can't.
Wow.
And then it took me 2.5 years to actually leave.
Wow.
And I hear those stories again and again. Nobody, I mean, did you wake up in the morning and say, it's a good day to get divorced?
No, never. Divorce is ugly,
Yeah,
especially if there's children.
exactly. But there was something that you said, that's it.
There's something inside of me that just is a fighter. And I knew I needed more. I needed more for my family.
And it took rock bottom to say no more.
Yeah.
Right? Therefore, with any change, when people want to do the inner change, your friend, for example, who is 50, is still dating, cannot take it anymore, I'm guessing. She's into the point of, if I'm not going to do the change myself, this is going to last forever. So you do need, your boat to rock.
But I think that people think the change comes from just taking time off.
Ugh.
I'm just going to be alone for a little bit.
Yeah.
And I just need time to myself. I'm going to pick up a hobby. Oh, I'm going to hike now. And it's like, no, dig deep.
Yeah.
Figure out
Yeah.
why relationships aren't working. Let's make this work.
Because it's never one person, right? I mean, I could say whatever I want to say about my ex-husband, but looking back, doing my work, doing my therapy, I really do see how I contributed to the demise of that relationship. And until you can see what you did to not be your best, to not show up, to not support, and to make it more toxic, then you can't be clear for the next relationship.
But that's
Absolutely
big of
golden.
you to be able to even go back and look and acknowledge what that is, right? Like
Yeah.
a lot of people can't take ownership of what they've
That's
done
true.
wrong.
That's true.
You know, it's like he was an asshole. He did this. He wasn't present. He didn't do the kids. He didn't. I was in this alone. But it's like, no, it takes two to get there, right? So at some point, you both had to do something that, you know, set the fireworks and the explosion happen.
Yeah. And from, it sounds so amazing. You've done a lot of
I
work. I
have.
can tell.
Thank you.
The way that you speak about your ex-husband, I mean, it's a whole movement of social media who's bashing the person that they don't date or doesn't want them. The word narcissist, gaslighting, I mean, benching now, ghosting, I mean, on and on and on and on and on. Why? Because somebody didn't want you or doesn't match you. Or you didn't. I mean, if you're going on social media and bashing someone's name or opening a whole account about narcissist,
Right.
right?
That's
Okay,
awesome.
so when you come to me, there's no labeling. We love labeling. We all label. You know, it's funny. My
I mean,
son,
I'm guilty of it.
yeah, we all, right? And the more you you remove yourself from the labeling, you become who you are. I love Eckhart Tolle. Do you know Eckhart Tolle? He's an amazing, amazing European spiritual person, and he says, Who are you if you're not your labels? Who are you?
Oh, that's interesting.
You're not a mom. You're not a woman. You write all your labels. Who am I? Wow.
It really strips you down.
Strip you down.
Yeah.
Then you come, I have goosebumps, then you come kind of like naked to this world. Who am I, right? That's me. That's the little kid. That's the little kid. Connecting to this little kid. Being this little kid. Let's talk about sex. Bringing this little kid into the bed, because that's what sex is all about. It's going, it's playing. It's playtime, right?
Well, it's also you're being chosen. You're being chosen. You're telling them you matter. Like you're the only one in my life. And that's something that I think a lot of men need more than women, but maybe I'm wrong because I don't know.
So what is the first fantasy? The one number fantasy of men, one number fantasy of women. Sexual fantasy.
Men, more women.
Anything more than one,
Right.
right? Woman, what is the fantasy, number one sexual fantasy of every woman?
Taking a nap.
Wanted.
What did he say?
Taking a nap.
Oh, that's funny. Wanting to be wanted, right?
Yeah.
Yeah, being
to be
desired,
wanted.
being romanced.
More than that. Dominate me.
Oh yeah.
Oh, yeah.
I mean, I
Right.
like that's
Yeah.
good.
Yeah,
I like
I guess
that.
if it's a fantasy and you're thinking about, you're like, oh shit, yeah. Okay,
yeah.
Dominate me, right?
Yeah.
And hence go all, the commercials in the world, right? He's the strong one, he's
Yeah.
dominating,
Yeah.
we buy that, right? And for them, it's like more than one.
Right,
Right?
of course.
I
Absolutely.
mean, how simple though to think like when you say, what is a man's fantasy? We're all like, more
Yeah.
women.
Yeah. Multiple.
Yeah, because they're it's very
There's
out
a
there.
lot.
And women kind of like feel, when I say it in my, in my office, they're very apologetic. Like, yeah, it's like it's dominating, right? So, but we can play that in the bedroom or in our life because, sex doesn't start in the bedroom. So, okay.
Where is it starting?
I love role play in the bedroom because here we go. Your man has more than one. They love when one time you come with this and time when we come with this, and it's not
You
the
have a
same
red
position.
wig. You have a different name. You have a
Yes.
different accent.
That's it. You're coming with me today. Yes, and you have different outfits.
Monsieur, oui, oui.
If I did this, if I did this to my husband,
Yes.
he'd want more and more and more and more and more.
Uh-huh. And you're
The
afraid
target
of
keeps
I'd
on
be
moving.
busy. Yes,
you're
trust
afraid of
me.
it?
Oh,
that he will want more.
yeah. My
She's
husband,
tired.
my husband wants sex.
Yeah.
That's his love language. Like that's how he feels
Physical touch.
validated. That's how he feels loved by
Yeah.
me. That's how, but he's very, he's I don't want to use the label, but he's like a young boy. He's just, an adolescent. Like it's all
Yeah.
it's
So
his
I
whole
can tell you,
world.
he's just expressing it better than other men. Because most men, right? That's what that men think about sex literally every
Yes.
few minutes.
Yeah.
It's like it can go in the drive. I mean, poor guy always like they can drive and they can have erection like as they drive or something
The
happens, right?
seatbelt touches you, and you're like,
Yeah, it's like So
Yeah.
your husband just expresses it. So I'm hearing that
so I
that's
should be
some.
proud of him.
Oh,
Mm.
so I'm hearing that's something that it's constant, and you just don't want to
Constant.
cater it because then he will want more of it.
Not that I don't want to
Oh,
cater it. It's just, look, when I was younger, trust
you
me,
have the
I played
energy.
into all of this.
Yeah.
Yes, I had the energy, and
Uh-huh.
I love having sex with my husband.
Mm-hmm.
I really do, and like, I feel like it gets better and better as I get older with him.
Mm-hmm.
I really love being with him, but we talk about it all the time. I'm tired.
It
Yeah.
changes. So as you get
Yeah.
older, right? Because like I've had to have this conversation with my husband. We talked about it in therapy once.
Mm-hmm.
And he's like, you guys aren't in your 30s anymore.
Yeah.
So to have the same expectation now, 50s, 60s, we're not going to be like that when we
Yeah.
first met. It's never going to be when like you first
Yeah.
met. So how do you still, sustain it? How do you still feel
Keep it-
desired? How do you still feel excited?
How do we
Yeah.
feel excited about it all the time?
Great question. So, of course, not like we met, because every new relationship, you have a rush of dopamine, right? 0 to 6 months, sometimes it's a year plus. You have
Mine
a
was like
rush
10.
of dopamine. 10 years?
Yeah, it was like 10 years. We had a good run for 10 years.
Dopamine rush. Okay.
Yeah.
And you have to think about what is the dopamine that we're bringing before we go to the bed. Okay. So what is it? What is your love language? What is your love language that makes you like tickle? So before the bed. So sex doesn't start in the bedroom. It starts in the morning. A wink, a good word. Buy yourself. You know how when you would buy ourselves like a new outfit to go to the gym, right?
Mhm.
Or to work out, how do you feel?
Yeah, great.
Yeah.
Right. I love it. All of a sudden, my
Yeah.
workout is like just so amazing. Buy yourself something new, but not something that he will like, right? That's one mistake. Something that you are going to like, something that you feel sexy. Okay.
So you're saying like a piece of lingerie.
Oh,
a
God. Yes. I love
Okay.
lingerie. I have a whole section in my closet, which is a changing lingerie in little things, because there are little things, right?
Yeah.
And I love it. And then I choose it, and I have new ones, always new ones. So it's like, what do I want today, right? Is it pink? Is it black? And that makes me get excited
Oh,
about
that's
it.
good.
So it's not only about for him, like he wants multiple. What is it for me, right? Because when I feel sexy, I come sexy, right? And sex doesn't go only, we have some women here who have little kids, right? Young kids. And then at night, you're exhausted,
Mhm.
Exhausted.
tired. How old are your kids?
9 and 12. I have two 9-year-olds.
You're still being the chauffeur,
Mhm.
ATM, cook, we are still
Yeah.
that.
I'm in,
These
in the
labels,
midst
right?
of it.
We're in the midst of it,
Yeah.
right?
Yeah.
Then at night, now you have to be sexy.
Especially
Yeah,
when
it's
you're like,
exhausting.
you just put your kids to bed. You're lying on the pillow, you're talking to them, whispering sweet nothings in your beautiful children's ears. And then you go in the bedroom and
He's like, hey,
Hey!
babe.
Yeah, it's hard to go from
Mhm.
a mother mode into a woman's mode, right? And that's a whole conversation about from parenting into womanhood. Women, we lose something when we become moms, right?
Mhm.
My whole uh, work was first with only mainly moms and dads in the beginning of my career, and now it's really all about love. And then and I used to talk about children and raising them, and then people come to me and start talking about their partnership. I'm like, this is bigger than that. So it's really hard to do this. Okay, how do I change myself from being nurturing? My body is for
A
kids,
vessel for kids,
Mhm.
yes.
and now my body is a vessel for something else. How do I change that?
Right.
And it's all a mind trick, right?
But it is very hard to do because sometimes I get into bed at night and I'm like, oof,
Yeah.
Morning
Tired.
sex.
Yeah. And I love morning sex. Morning sex is great. Afternoon sex is great. Office sex is great. Sex before you're going to the restaurant on a
I
date
do
is
that.
So much.
amazing.
That's
Yeah.
the
Here we
best thing
go.
to do. Yeah. After
Yeah.
dinner, it's like terrible.
Mhm.
Wants to, it's like, right? It's
Yeah.
like, okay.
You're full.
Yeah. You're
Yeah.
tired. You're
Do you
There's
eat garlic?
traffic.
Your stomach's gurgling.
Yeah. But
Yeah.
it's beautiful because still say, I love sex with my husband. Many women just, you ask them how many times and they're like,
Well, give us okay, because if you see all these things, right, that say having sex with your husband 2 times a week it's terrible. You're rude. How could you say that? It's like feeding your kids, feed your kids twice a week. So, how many times to satisfy a male brain, a male body is good?
so again, it depends how long are you married, how old are you, is the woman with hormone therapy or not? Because women who are losing
Right.
that, I highly, and I know you had a show about it,
Mm-hmm.
hormone therapy or other things that will really,
But what in a
touching it. For a man,
a man's brain?
I
Like,
would
I don't want to
say,
be an underachiever. I want to be an
oh,
overachiever here.
overachiever
But
is
I think
3.
it's important the
But it's really,
context,
yeah,
right? So because as you are aging, your hormones are different.
yes.
That's like the
But
number one thing.
I
And
get that from me, but for my husband, like, what in his mind does he need?
So you're asking specifically about
he needs it
Men.
every
your
day.
husband, right? Exactly.
Your
That's
husband
I
needs it
wanted
every
to say
day.
3
That's
or
just the
4,
truth.
right? But for you, so you can feel good, I would say it's not only sex. One can be vanilla and one is fun. So it's not always like the same one. Okay, so you do one vanilla, one fun. Okay, and you kind of like see where are you with your body, or did you had a relaxed day, or something like that. So it's not always like we need to have sex,
Mhm.
right? So the rule of thumb is about 1 and 1. Okay, so it's one okay and one fun one when you really put the effort into it.
A
It's like our
week. So
workout,
2 a
right?
week.
Sometimes
Yeah.
you go to a workout because we have to go to a workout, and then we have this one that it's like, wow,
Looking forward to it.
that's it. I've done it.
But she's afraid that if she does that wow one, he's like,
Yes,
okay,
he
can
will
we
want,
do
oh,
another wow?
she can do a
Can we have
wow.
another wow?
Let's have a lot of those.
That's why she's worried.
Yeah. And this fear comes from a deeper place.
No, I honestly don't have that fear.
A
Because
little bit.
Yes, you do.
no, I don't have that fear because trust me,
Because when people want something from you, they're
you would
asking
have a
more and more
field
and more.
day sitting down with my husband.
Oh, I will.
Oh, and every other word is sex, anal, And it's not like he means it. I bet people meet us and think we have like the most vivacious. They're probably like, wow, she must be wild in the bedroom.
Yeah, goddess in
And
bedroom.
look, I'm good in the bedroom.
Uh-huh.
But the way that my husband, talks, it's like that's always on his mind. And look, a lot of it's like for, it's
Yeah.
for show. And
For
like you
shock.
said,
Yeah.
it's always in his
Attention.
vernacular. It's like
Yes.
it's for shock value. But he does want it a lot. I don't get totally scared of that part, but I can't be, I can't perform a circus act every night because I
No,
have kids.
absolutely not. You don't even have to do
Yeah,
it every night
but I
because then
also-
it's transactional.
I also
Right.
Remember?
love like a very intimate
Mm.
connection, meaning I don't have to have sex, but like I love when he rubs me or gives me a massage. But then that always turns into all of a sudden he's naked
Right.
on top of me and
Yeah,
Here we go
And for
again.
couples like you, I would give the exercise of literally having an evening of rubbing each other with whatever candles, no sex.
see, that sounds amazing to me.
I know, because you are seeking
And then I
from
would
your
probably
husband
want it all the
the
time,
physical touch without the sexual touch.
which is so intimate.
Exactly. You're looking from him the intimate, looking at each other eyes and seeing soul to soul and not only body to body. Okay, I can hear that. And that will be something that will be so good for you not to be on the, okay, when is he going to start doing that? Just be when that's the
When is
thing.
he going to pounce?
Yeah, that would be so nice. Tell him you met me and she said like,
He's gonna be like, this sucks.
this sucks. Yeah. And thinking why? Because that's your need. That would be so beautiful for you.
I agree.
That will put you in a space of really relaxed and seeing you and your body for you and your body and not something for him to enjoy. Because your body is beautiful. And when he actually sees and feel it without for him, that's going to open a whole thing for both of you.
That's a good idea.
Sounds fun.
Let me know.
Yeah.
Give
And
me
I
the
would
5-star
start-
reviews.
Yeah,
Let me
and I
know.
would start with even putting a song that you both like and looking at each other eyes, holding your hands for 2 minutes. You put the
Oh,
timer
right.
for 2 minutes. Yeah, couples do it in my office all the time.
Is
I
that
know.
like a lover's pose?
What is
Is it like a lover's pose?
So when you do that, when you look in anyone's eyes, right? Even if you and I would do that for 2 minutes, holding hands,
It's
looking
hard.
only, it's very hard. People will tend to look away,
Yeah.
and
No
it's hard.
talking.
No talking. When I do
We
it in
should
my
do
office,
that.
I actually, yeah. Oh, you should do that.
We need to do that.
Yeah,
Okay.
you'll be able to do it. You will laugh a lot, I can
Mhm.
tell. But then, the more you hold it, the more you find this pain, this feeling, this something is going to come up, right? When you do it with your partner, really do it with your partner. It's the most beautiful thing.
That's very
Nowhere
cool.
to go. Okay,
That's
nowhere to
neat.
go. And I do it with my couples. It takes some time. So when there is a third voice there to coach you, and then I start with the words, it's really, really connecting. And that's what you're looking
Like
for him.
meditative.
Yeah.
So
So the eye, in the
Mhm.
eyes, there is the soul,
very
right?
vulnerable. Like it's very
Mhm.
intimate.
Exactly.
I like
Remember?
that.
No labels. I'm nothing. I'm my eyes and you're your eyes. How connecting is that?
That's
Mhm.
amazing.
This is when relationship starts. This is when love starts. It's not any longer what am I wearing, what lingerie, nothing. It's us. And from there starts the connection.
Would you ever say that it's better for like a couple to come into you before they're like when they're just starting out?
Mm-hmm.
Because something like that, I think, would be so profound when you're starting. Like, you really know that you guys are, okay, we're making this official, we're dating now. Like, how neat to find that intimacy and that connection with someone very early on.
Golden. I actually had someone asking me, we'll see, to have, so before couples coming, they're doing a matchmaking. They said, how about we gonna accept for matchmaking only men that came to you for 5 sessions and the woman came to you for 5 sessions. But again, I don't do the 5 sessions, it's really hard for me. And then we're gonna do the matchmaking. So they went through that.
So they,
How
and
amazing if men would
Yeah.
actually do that before they come to the world of dating,
Yeah.
instead of doing that and feeling, by the way, feeling so empty for so many, when it's
oh,
connecting to so many and it's feeling so empty for so many. Okay, because there is no, can you imagine there will be a matchmaking app or whatever when we looked inside, and then
mhm.
it's like, oh, I come differently, I ask different
Yeah.
questions, right? Because what are the 3 things that glue people? Do you know what it is? It's Etel's 3 V's.
Money, sex,
Beautiful.
money, sex, and
Are they,
I don't
they
know.
begin with V's?
Yeah. Okay, so one is the vibe.
Oh, the vibe.
Okay, the
Okay.
vibe. Do I vibe with you or not? If I don't vibe
Yeah,
with
yeah,
you,
yeah.
and it's not necessarily something that is, blonde, blue eyes, like, I don't know, tall. It's everybody has their vibe and the scent, like animals, right? So that's the first one,
Oh, that's
right?
interesting.
Vibe,
Yeah.
V. Second one,
Vagina.
yes,
Does she have a good vagina? That's a good match.
exactly. That's the vibe,
In a
by the way.
man's eyes.
Yeah. That's a vibe, by the way. That's
Okay.
exactly the vibe, because one person can smell good and the other not. So the second
that's
one
true.
is,
God.
yeah, values.
Oh,
Do we
values.
have the same values?
That's good.
Family values, cultural values, any values, values, right? I mean, some people won't have sex before their marriage. I mean, that's all values, all of it. You can go to a restaurant with someone who orders everything that's values, right? Or yell at the waiter. So that's already values. So vibe, values, and I'm waiting to see what you're going to say, the third one. And the third one, and by the way, that's also for girlfriends, right? So vibe, do you vibe?
Yeah.
Do you hold the same values?
Yeah.
Absolutely. And the third V? Vision. Where are we going with it? Okay, I want to live in Australia. No, I want to live in the sea, I don't know, next to the ocean. I want to have kids. I don't want to have kids. I want to have 2 dogs, and so forth. So vibe, values, and vision. And what is your vision together? Look at it. It's beautiful.
Yeah.
That's what holds you together.
It's so.
Can you imagine when people go like that to a date?
Can you imagine if
great.
you had all this knowledge when you were younger, right? Before getting into your marriage or your relationship, like you had all this knowledge that you take to a relationship.
Right?
We talked about it. We had my divorce attorney on actually, and we talked about a prenup, and we were saying like, there's a lot of couples that don't even talk about finances. And what's so great about a prenup is it brings you into that conversation. It brings you into the future of what you want, your vision for your
Like you're already
life.
talking
So now-
finances
so
and
this
meeting
is-
in the middle.
This is part of that.
2 things they don't teach in elementary school.
Yeah.
Relationships and how to manage your money.
I
Like,
always
what
say
is
that.
tax? Like, so many people,
Yeah.
one thing that I learned when I got divorced, because it was like, you can't touch it. I'm like, oh, I can't touch it. I learned how to manage my own money, my
Yeah.
finance. What does it mean?
I've always said that, like, when I was young, to balance a checkbook, but like
Exactly.
really to manage your finances,
Exactly.
which I think they should teach. And they should teach love and emotion and
Yes.
connection. And think about how mentally
Yeah.
capable people would be if we learn this as childhood.
Yeah.
So we
And
talked about that intimate connection, but holding hands, staring at each other for 2 minutes, right? Which is like so beautiful and so intimate. Now let's go the opposite. Now give me a night of our husband's fantasy. What do we need to do? Like, let's talk about it. Let's get into it.
I don't think she wants to.
I want to hear
Because
it.
then you will watch it and like, you see? Husband's fantasy. What do you think, husband's fantasy? I mean, we all know it.
It's probably 4 women in one room.
Well, no, I mean, I think
Actually,
they just want to be desired. They want to feel
Exactly.
that we want them.
Exactly. I don't think it's for women. It's just coming home and not having the noise of the family like we do. I mean, it's our fantasy,
Yeah.
right? Not having this noise and having very serene, welcomed. You see me. You acknowledge me. You thank me. And I talked about it in my TEDx. Louder than I love you is thank you.
Appreciate you. It's
Mhm.
such a big thing.
Mhm.
You know, the men in a traditional house, I mean, we do all the things that we do, but honestly, the burden is on them and they want to feel
Mhm.
acknowledged. They want to feel appreciated. And that really makes a difference. When I acknowledge my husband and when just randomly thank him for things, he's so happy.
Yep,
Beautiful.
same.
I thank my partner all the time for little things. Sweetie, thank you. Oh, I got it. And it's not fake. It's really not. I really
Mhm.
mean it.
Yeah.
I mean, when he makes me breakfast, I'm so happy. And he does more of it, right? So 2 keywords is thank you and I trust you.
Oh.
So remember, those men were little boys of their mom one day. Okay, especially when the mom was from a culture that is very
Overbearing.
upper-bearing or strong, or I mean, we are the leaders. Come on, yeah, don't
Right.
tell them we're
Yeah.
the leaders, right? And those men grew up to the world that maybe people don't trust, and then they go into overexpressive or not really expressing, right? It's like, oh, I can do it. So the more you thank them, okay, and appreciate them and look at them, they will feel more. Oh, wow, she sees the me, not what I bring, not what I show, not what I show off. She sees me. And that's the beginning of real intimacy. That's the beginning of like, wow, oh, who is she? Right? She really wants me. That's all. I mean, the fantasy of every man is a woman who will accept him, not like the thing.
Yeah.
I think we're both very lucky because we have husbands who love us and want
Yes.
us. And even though we joke and we're like, yay, we get to go to bed alone. They're out of town. No one's going to bother us. We don't have to feed them. We're good tonight. We're so lucky that like they are obsessed with us
Yeah. And
individually.
look, we do this in like good humor.
Yeah,
Trust
of
me, I love
course.
my
Of course.
but there is my husband is sometimes a little much. But
Of
he
course.
does.
And they
he
appreciate what you bring to the
Mhm.
home, because the home is never going to be, we need a feminine energy to create this home, right? Again, look back in the days. He went hunting,
Right.
and the women
Yeah.
used to be in one tribe together,
Mhm.
breastfeeding everybody's kids. I had a friend who used to say, the men used to hunt, the women used to be together. 21st century, you took one man, one woman, and put them in one box
Right.
and tell them, go, get along. It's like, what? We need this. Women,
Right.
like they need the hunting and come
Yeah,
home and like,
yeah.
oh, thank you for bringing this, big deer for us. And they like, whoa, right? That's just biology.
Yeah. So I saw a TV show many, many years ago, and it really was like eye-opening. It was a couple in their 80s, and the host said, "What is the secret to your marriage? Like, how did you guys last so long and still be in love?" And the answer surprised me. The answer was, we never fell out of love with each other at the same time.
Yep, I've heard that before.
And
love it.
that really made me understand that relationships have ebbs and flows.
Mm-hmm.
And resentments come in and pain comes in, and to be patient with your relationship. And it's not always 50-50. We go in and we're like, he's not pulling his weight, or she's not doing the right thing. She didn't make me dinner, or the house is a mess. And it's 50-50, or it's, 70-30, and sometimes it's 95-5. But
It's never 50
it's
50.
never
It's
50-50.
never a fantasy of 50 50. So I have an aunt who is like my second mom. Like I love her. And she got married to her soulmate when they're 80,
Mm.
right? On 2/2/22 in a white wedding of 500 people.
Wow.
Soulmate. And she met him when she was 69 after, I don't know, 2 or 3 like people. And they're soulmates. And it's unbelievable. Like literally one day I was visiting
Wow.
them and I left and I forgot my glasses or something, and I came back and they're 80, and I opened the door and they're standing in the middle of the living room kissing each other. So sweet.
Aww.
So I love asking couples who are together for a long time, what is your secret? When I asked them, they said, we just choose each other every morning again.
Mm-hmm.
It's
So when you're in
beautiful.
a good relationship, you actually choose each other. Nobody forces you. And when you live in this mindset, when you're there from choice and not because you have to, it
Mhm.
just changes. The dynamics changes. I'm choosing to do that. I'm choosing it every
Mhm.
day again. Some days 20%,
Right.
some days 100%,
Mm-hmm.
but I'm choosing it.
No, that's a big statement. I think
Mhm.
especially when you have families, kids, a lot of people kind of stick around because
Oh,
they're like,
yeah.
"Oh, we have a family. We don't want to break that up."
Mm-hmm.
And
Yeah.
if you're staying for your kids, maybe not such a good decision. If you're staying because you're choosing it and you choose him, you'll make it work.
Well, even if you're staying for your kids, it's okay, but look at yourself first, right? We only have control over ourselves. We can't control the other partner. And see if the changes that we can make within us will help the dynamic of the relationship. And then if it doesn't, then, you move on. But I think the trick, what we want, everyone to live their best lives, to have their best relationships, to learn from maybe our mistakes or our bad choices. And that's what we want. It's just like the knowledge for everyone to understand that it takes work.
And I choose myself first, right?
Yeah.
So many people wake up in the morning and they hate everything that they see, they hear. They're like the
Yeah.
self-loathing thing.
Mhm.
They don't like their life, their work, so it floats on everything around them, right? So it's, oh, I choose me the way that I am right now. And if I don't like something, I'll take an action to change it instead of sitting in the wah, 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 I should have all of myself. When I choose me, then I look around. Oh, I choose this and I choose this. Then it gets comfortable. And it's all not always like, daisies, but at least it's like, I'm responsible for this.
Yeah.
No one else. I'm responsible.
And when you say you're a love doctor,
Uh huh.
Mhm.
is that self-love? Is it partner love? Is it family love?
I love this. I was in a Wizard of Oz at the Sphere
Oh, I can't wait
2 weeks
to see
ago.
that.
Yeah. I mean, it was nice. Take the kids. Take the kids.
That's what I've heard.
Yes, I didn't go take the kids. It was nice. I mean, I've been to, and when the wizard gives the Tin Man the heart,
Mm-hmm.
I've seen this movie so many times, but I never heard it so loud. And the wizard says, "Love is not how much you love; it's how much you allow others to love you."
Oh,
Mm.
And I'm started falling.
wow.
This is the essence of Dr. Love. It's not how much you love, it's how much you allow others to love you. Allow.
That's
How
interesting.
beautiful is that,
Beautiful.
Beautiful.
right?
Mhm.
Because oftentimes we don't allow people to love who we are. It's what we are and how we are
Yeah.
and what we do to be, but it's really the inside, and it starts that self-love.
Mm-hmm.
Allow people to love me the way I am.
And then that trickles out.
Yeah. To love me when I laugh, to love me when I cry, to love me when I'm silly,
Mhm.
right? To love me wherever I am. I remember when I was married, I have a big laugh, like really. And that's the way I laugh. And I was being put down about my laugh, like, oh my God, your mom laughs so loud. And for a while, I was very aware of the way I laugh. And lately with my work, when I laugh, just I allow it
Yeah.
because I love that. And I allow people to love me with my love or no.
Yes.
I don't care.
Yeah.
I'm not a taco. I'm not a pizza. I'm not an ice cream. Not everybody's going to love me, but I'm going to love me.
Yes.
That's amazing. Now I want to hear your laugh.
I have a big laugh
Make me
too.
laugh.
People are like,
I love a
"You?"
good laugh.
I love a big laugh. There's
Oh,
nothing better.
I hit it because I thought it's not appropriate or,
Right.
maybe I'm laughing too much. How
Yeah, no
know,
such thing.
notions that people will
Put on
judge you or
you. They'll put
label
on
you.
you. Right.
Exactly. And then you label you.
Right. You dim your
Mhm.
light.
Exactly.
We don't want you to dim your
Do
light.
not dim my light. I'm at a light.
Aw.
Well, thank you so much for just giving us an insight on relationships, on self-love and self-care. We're so happy to have this conversation with you. And we hope that everybody puts their best effort into loving themselves first, because then you can love other people better. So thank you. And we want to have what you're loving.
Aw,
Aw.
thank you so much.
Thank you.
Yeah, really
you for having
fun.
me here.
So fun.
Thanks for tuning in. You can listen to What She's Having anywhere you get your podcasts. And don't forget to watch full episodes on YouTube. If you loved today's conversation, please like, subscribe, and drop us a comment. We'd love to hear from you. And follow us on Instagram at official What She's Having.